Hey, hey, hey. Okay, so today we are going to be painting a patriotic bunting. And I know a lot of people have different words for that particular thing, but we call it a bunting around here. We do it for Mardi Gras. We do it for patriotic holidays. I had designed this one. I've seen some other ones floating around there. What was it for? Cookies, cake design. What is it? When Mardi Gras here in Louisiana got really big, whenever COVID happened, people started using buntings and some fun stuff to kind of zhuzh up their yard since we couldn't have parades. Hey, Cindy. And they really started catching my eye. And so I was like, oh, that'd be really cute for a patriotic one. So here we go. We've got some fun stuff going in today. I'm dragging just a little bit. We've had a busy weekend. It was a fun weekend. Mr. Wallace and I do not get many out of the house date nights. We get a lot of in-house. We'll do dates on the couch is what we call it. Here it is. I'm trying to figure out where I put my blank. So this is what we're painting today. When I say bunting, this is what I mean. This is a bunting, a rail, swag. There's just so many things that you can call it. Hey, Dot. Hey, Wanella. Hey, Marla. How are y'all doing? Hey, Michelle. So we're going to go ahead and just base coat this light buttermilk. So we're going to go with more of a vintagey feel for it. We're not going to go traditional bright red, white, and blue like this. We're going to go more of a, hey, Anna, more of a vintagey look, just because I've seen a lot of bright red, white, and blue. I feel like we can spice it up with a little bit of off-white, a little bit of a darker cranberry red. And let me show y'all what my inspiration was. I'm going to have to swipe that out of the way. This right here, this piece of fabric, actually there was a bunch of fabrics that I had picked out. These fabrics right here are what I had decided to pick for my inspiration. And did it knock my... No, we're good. Okay. Sometimes it'll knock my microphone off and you can't hear me. So I wanted to make sure we weren't at that point. So those were my inspiration. I had picked these, and we may even do something fun with these later on. So y'all hang out. You're definitely going to want to hang out with me on Thursday. I have a really fun new project that we're going to do on Thursday, and it's going to be so cool. You're going to love it. I'm really excited about it. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I think it's time. I think it's time to bust this bad boy out because it's going to be a reoccurring feature here on the old Wallace House Designs. So, okay, so we've got light buttermilk, okay? And we're just base coating. Got light buttermilk. How are y'all doing? Like, it's a Monday, so it's okay to give me Monday vibes. How are you doing? I want to know how you really are doing. A lot of us are home for the summer with our kids. And so some are doing better than others. I'm actually one that thrives when my kids are home. I love it. I enjoy every second of being around my kids. There are moments, just like with every mama, there are moments where I just need to hide in the bathroom for about 5 minutes to come down from the sensory overload, because with multiple children in the house, there's multiple sounds and TVs, and basically you're listening to 4 different storylines all at once. And for one brain, it's a lot. And I have found myself this past weekend, I just needed quiet. Like, I was enjoying each one of the kids, but one of them was watching a loud action-packed movie. The other one was watching My Little Pony with the theme song that drives me crazy. And then the dog was barking because someone was out just outside enjoying their front yard. And so he couldn't let that happen. And it just got to a point where I'm just like, it's like shutting your computer off and turning it back on. I just need to reset for a second. I need 5 minutes of reset. And the way our house, we have a very open floor plan, like every room is connected to every room, and there's really not a way to escape unless you go to the bathroom. And so I was like, genius. I'm going to go sit in my bathtub for about 5 minutes. So that's what I did. Fully clothed, just chilled in my bathtub. chilled in my bathtub. Don't do that. Go on. I love you. Chilled in my bathtub for about 5 minutes. He literally just brought me a root beer. Like, just, I don't even like root beer, and he knows that. That was his way of saying, hey, I want to interrupt you just for the sake of interrupting you. Teenagerhood. It's amazing! Raising teenagers is so much fun. It really is. That one's he's a good one. He's one of the good ones. Working with my husband, just riding around, about to go in this school and get an enrollment form. Oh my goodness. Is it for high school? Is it for Aiden's high school? I know. I got to go enroll Ray for kindergarten. I still haven't done that. I feel like the slacker mom. So all I'm doing is I'm just, my light buttermilk dried as fast as I put it on. Light buttermilk is kind of a chalky finish. So it kind of dries really fast compared to other acrylic paints. So all I'm doing is I'm going back in with a second coat, and I'm going to let that dry. And then we will be able to do a lot of fun with this. Just finished my 3-hour mowing. Ooh, Terry, 3 hours. Didn't you just get off work too? Or is today your day off? Is today your day off? Terry works late at night and then comes home and goes to bed. And if I go live, I feel so special about this. If I go live, she'll stay up late. It's early for us, right? She'll stay up late to hang out with us. How sweet is that? I just got off work. I told you she just got off work. All right, I'm going to blow dry this just to expedite things because I'm pretty sure Terry's ready to go to bed after mowing for 3 hours and just getting off work. Hey, Grace. Deidre, where are you moving to? I didn't realize you were moving. Is that what you're doing? Like, you're going to the new, like, where the school district is in the new location, and you're getting the enrollment form? That's smart. That's smart. That's getting ahead of the game. That's organized. I don't think I'm that organized this summer. I'm usually way more organized than I am. But this summer, I've given myself a pass. I'm like, I have been on my A game for so long. I just, like, everybody else is allowed to be given a bye week. I'm giving myself a bye summer. Like I'm giving myself a whole bye summer. I've been working my little behindy off. Sorry, I have a peppermint. I still have this dang cough. It's not like it was a couple months ago, but it just won't go away. And I just don't want to cough in your face, in your digital faces. It's all up in the air at this point, but Robertsdale, Alabama. Why did I say California? I was about to say California. All right, let's go ahead and knock this blue line. Let's do the red. We're going to knock the red out. We're going to use tomato red. And all we're doing right now, we're just base coating. We are just base coating. So this whole bottom section is red. Red is a color that if you want to get really good coverage, there are some tricks. This light buttermilk works really good if you want it to stay bright and true to color. If you want it to have amazing coverage and stay bright, I would put coral underneath your red, no matter what tone your red is. If you want good coverage and you want it to be a little on the, what is that? Oh, I got a little hair in my paint. Did I get it? Did I pick it up? I did. Look at that. So what I'm doing is I'm painting each section, and then I'm going to brush it down towards, because that's, I need each section to be individual, and you'll see that later. You'll see why later. So it's okay if you base coat the entire thing, but whenever you finish a section, go ahead and just kind of brush all your brush strokes towards the end. It'll be harder to do that on the second row of the red. I love this design. It's so simple. It's so pretty. And I love the vintage washed out. Like, it's almost like a vintage filter. I love that look. I forgot what I was talking about. He brought me that root beer and it distracted me completely. I'm totally off track now. I feel like I'm chasing rabbits. I'm at the doctor's office waiting for hubby, just watching because I forgot my earphones. Aw, Miriam. Is there captions? Please tell me that Facebook was kind enough to give you captions. I have closed captioning enabled, but I'm Southern. And so not every word is caught true to form. So I'm hoping you're able to watch with captions on. I'm feeling I got a little pep in my step, but it's kind of a sore pep. It's a sore pep. Have you ever had a massage? I got a massage yesterday. First time in years. But I had noticed my shoulders were up like this all the time. Look how much they're down now. And I remember I told him, you know, I've got some medical issues going on that affect my muscles and my joints. And I told him, I was like, I really feel like that's probably causing some of that. They called it turtling. I had a little turtle shell going on. But after I got out of the massage, I remember walking up to my car, and I walked up to my car, and in the reflection of the window, I saw how down my shoulders were, and I'm like, why did I wait so long? Because my shoulders were up like this all day. I looked like a linebacker everywhere I went. Ugh, there's still a lot of tension there, but I can feel so much relief. I'm so happy I went. I fought it for a while. I was like, surely I can do stretches at home and fix it. And I could. I probably could have. But I think it was so far gone that I needed the extra help. Rewind. Right? Terry was like, what? I'm sorry. What? I miss doing the count. I know. I was looking for it too. I don't hold you to it though. You're a busy lady, especially just getting off work. I know if I was just getting off work, I would be on my couch resting before I decided to actually go to bed. All right, I may have to bump down in brush size to get this second section. I think we're going to be okay. If I bump down in brush size, it's just because I don't trust myself. I'm trying out a new camera angle too. I'm hoping you can see it a little better than straight over my shoulder kind of look. I feel like the brush gets in the way, especially when I try to demonstrate shading, and we're going to be doing a lot of shading today. 37 days, 18 hours, 44 minutes until Dallas. I know, I'm excited. I will be getting there. Actually, I don't know the exact time I'm supposed to get there because we have some activities in the house that day, and I want to be home for them. Raylynn's, she's got a VBS that day, and it's her first VBS, and I kind of want to be there to pick her up from VBS. Even if I'm going to pick her up and drop her off somewhere, I want to pick her up and ask her how it went. I used to teach VBS, and I have a soft spot in my heart for it. I know my son loved VBS every year he went. Okay. There we go. That's one coat of the red. We're going to let it dry. And we'll probably come in with like a half a coat when we do each section. I'm cleaning my brush really good because we know how that red likes to get sneaky in there. Tomato red must be discontinued. I couldn't find it for my posies. No, I think I have to go to Hobby Lobby today. So if I go to Hobby Lobby and Hobby Lobby doesn't have it, I will let you know. And if I can't find it, I will find you a good alternative. I like Santa red. Santa red's not as dark as tomato red. Tomato red is country red, tomato red, and Let me look at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to take my tomato red stick. I have little popsicle sticks with the colors on them that I like to take when I have to match something. If I don't want to take the whole project in, I'll take it in. I'll take those sticks. A lot of times I just grab my project and go. But what you getting at Hobby Lobby? I can't tell you because it's for Thursday. You're not going to want to miss Thursday. Y'all, come hang out with me on Thursday. I've got something really fun for you. It's a fun project. It's going to be a reoccurring project. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. That's all I'm going to say. You're not going to get any. No, stop it. Shh. Don't ask me. Just be surprised. I'm so excited about it. It's something I've had in the works or up in here. It's been up in here for a long time. I just haven't had time to execute it. So I'm so excited about it. So even if you don't like it, lie to me and say, oh my gosh, Erika, this is so much fun. Just lie to me. It's okay. That's all I need. I need Christmas morning excitement. That's all I need. If you can give that to me. No, Lori. No, not just a little hint. No, you're not going to. Just stop it. Stop it right now. I'm too excited about this. And I hate surprises. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Do not try to surprise me. I hate it. My husband, like the other night, he wanted to take me on a date. A lot of times, one reason we don't go on dates is because I'm the one that squashes it. He's like, I want to take you out on a date, so just, I'll be ready on Friday night. I was like, no, where are we going? I don't want to tell you where we're going. Well, I need to know how to dress. I need to know how long the kids coming with us. If not, I need to know how long to occupy them. Like there's a lot of logistics here. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, I know I'm worried about it. More so I'm worried about what should I wear. Because a lot of his surprises are dinner. He likes to feed me. And my biggest pet peeve is that's not a date. That's a first date. Going out to dinner is a first date or an anniversary, dang it. That's not a date in my brain. Some girls like that. I like to have an experience. And we don't get many of those. And so, especially as parents right now, we are very involved in our kids' lives as far as, we only get so many years to make memories with them. We're cherishing the few years that we're blessed with to make memories while they're in our home. So we don't go on many dates. We'll have all that time together when they're older and we're no longer cool and we need to fill our time that way. So that it doesn't bother us not to go out of the house. But when we do, if you're going to take me out of the house and you're going to take me away from my kids, you better make it exciting. But do not surprise me. Tell me where we're going so I know how to dress accordingly. Because I do not want to walk into a nice restaurant, which we don't go to very often, and blue jeans and a t-shirt. I'll walk in blue jeans and a nice shirt because blue jeans are pretty much where my comfort zone is. Or I don't want to go bowling in a dress. So, tell me where we're going. At least tell me how to dress. Tell me that I might not want to wear a dress. Tell me that I might want to wear a nicer dress. Tell me that, my cowboy boots, which is usually my date attire. I love boots. Probably isn't the best choice this time. I don't like surprises. My kiddos are at VBS right now. M&M Learning and aww. That was the age group that I volunteered at, and it made such a difference in my upbringing. We're just putting that second coat on, so y'all, we're just chatting right now. You have my husband cracking. He's probably heard that a time or two, hasn't he? Norman, have you heard that a time or two? Don't surprise me. Oh, look what that happened. I bet you water got on there. I bet you me and my peppermint. We can touch that up. All we got to do is let it completely dry. And we'll be able to touch that up. Don't try to touch it up now. It's too wet. So the trick to making this look super nice at the end is doing what I'm doing now. Take a little extra time to do a nice clean base coat. After this, It's all gravy. It's going to be so easy to get all that dimension in there. And that is what we're focusing on today, is dimension. Terry, quit trying to squeeze. What's on my store list? No. No, I cannot tell you. I have put myself to a task. I can't keep a secret to save my life when it comes to y'all. In my real life, you can tell me something and I'll take it to my daggum grave. But when it comes to being excited about something, I spill the beans every single time because I want y'all to be prepared. Not this time. Not this time. Not this time. Yeah, we've heard that. Okay, so I just have this one spot over here that, there we go. For some reason, the paint didn't take. And now, y'all, okay, so do you see that? See the little spots? I'm just going to do touch up there. You got to remember, everything has full coats. That does not. That pretty much went almost back to bare wood. So we're going to paint, blow dry, paint, oh, Lord of mercy. I just heard it again. I thought I was hearing things. So for those of y'all that don't know, I set my house on fire this past Christmas, this past winter. And we're pretty sure it was a hornet's nest. But I was sitting, it was one of those moments the kids weren't in the house and I was just enjoying the quiet. I didn't have the radio on. I didn't have the TV on. All of a sudden I heard chirping. There was chirping it was in my house. And I'm like looking at all the little places where a bird's nest could have formed. I'm like, how is a bird surviving inside my house? It's in my fireplace. Y'all, my house is going to be set on fire again. I've got to figure out how to get this bird's nest well, the bird's nest is going to stay. Well, I think I just figured it out. I've been brainstorming how to get the bird to go away, but even if the bird goes away, the nest is still there. That doesn't fix my problem. My chimney is going to be set on fire again this year. I just know it. I'm so scared. It just hit me. So I heard the bird again. That's why I brought it up. I'm sorry. I got chasing rabbits. Okay. We're not going to do the blue yet. We're going to do the blue. I'm looking at it. I'm evaluating. I'll make a decision here in a second. I think I'm lying. Let's go ahead and do the blue. I just don't want to put the blue on my brush. I don't have to. Okay, so this was tomato red. This is light buttermilk, and I am using True Blue, which is a darker blue. It's darker, but it's not the darkest. But I don't want it to be so dark that I can't shade in a little bit, because I am going to want to do some shading. So all we're going to do is we're going to do this top little. True Blue has really good coverage. It's still going to need a half a coat, but it gets really good coverage. Take your time and make sure you get nice, clean, crisp lines. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there's our blue. Trying to make sure there you go. There you go. I was like, you need to be able to see it at some point. Can't you get a screen and put it on? I know this is crazy. Hold on. They're moving so fast and I don't have my glasses on. This is why I hate painting with red, right? Because so many coats. Even when you do a proper base coat. Can't you get a screen and put it on top of your chimney? I think so. But we've had a chimney and we've never had it cleaned. Don't judge me. Don't come for me. We just never put it on the agenda. And it just so happens that we got, you know, and that nothing ever happened. And then this past winter, we've been in this house almost 10 years. This past winter, all of a sudden, everything just goes up in flames. So thankfully, it was contained to the chimney. But that's still your house. Let's blow dry that. What's on my store list? No. I almost did it. What you painting? A patriotic flower? Holly, I am painting a patriotic bunting. I would show you the image of it, but my printer decided to print it out on photo paper instead of actual paper, so it cut it off. But that's what it's just a bunting. It's just something really cute and fun to add to your home decor. You can put it in your tier tray set. That right there is an attachment size. This is an attachment size, and I like to use my attachments either on my porch leaner, on an interchangeable door hanger, or on the top level of my tier tray. You can even put it on a shelf as shelf decor. Alrighty, there we go. Everything is base coated. Let's get to the fun part. Now we're gonna do some polka dots. If I can move it up, there it is. So with polka dots, I have a little trick, and it's not a secret. A lot of us do it. A lot of us painters do it. We have some cheap painter's tape. Cheap painter's tape. Let me find I think we're going to use this one, the one with the dowel rod in it. And then now I need a teeny tiny little one, and I know I have one. It's way down here. Come here. Looking for my teeny tiny little. There's one. Okay. So I've got two different size polka dot sponges. One's about half the size of the other. I was like, she must be doing the other half sometime. Oh, no, but if you put two together, it would make a really cute little flower. It really would. So we're going to ghost this out with literally just a drop of white. Actually, we're going to take our light buttermilk. Let's make sure it stays in the same color families. Let's take just a drop of light buttermilk. We're going to put our polka dot sponge in the red. We'll pick up a little bit of light buttermilk. Okay. And we're just going to mix it together on the sponge. It just works better when you do it that way instead of trying to mix a whole nother color. Now, here's a trick from me to you on how to get dimensional polka dots. So this thing waves in and out, right? So the fabric is going in and out. So you're not going to see whole polka dots on the seams of anything. Let me show you how I go about getting that done. I take a, whatchamacallit? What is this? What is this called? A Post-it note. And I just section it off. And I just go to town with my polka dots. It doesn't matter how the polka dots are situated on any other part of the my daughter's watching Monsters Inc. and they're at the sushi. The sushi part. If you've ever seen Monsters Inc., you know exactly what I'm talking about. This one right here is technically dead until that paint dries. So what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to set it off right here because I want to be able to use it again. I don't want to use 1,000 Post-it notes because this has a lot of sections to it. We're going to blow dry each little section, but it won't take but a second. All right, and now we're going to put our Post-it note on this side. We're going to get a second Post-it note, and we're going to mark off this side. And as long as you blow dry, and now we're only going to do this section, okay? Remember, these polka dots do not have to line up with anything. In fact, I'm about to show you something. They can cross over like that. It's okay. That looks like a funky polka dot because it kind of looks like an 8 squished together. It's going to make all the sense when we get to the shading part. All we're doing is we're prepping we are prepping our polka dots. I want one in the center, and that might be the only one I do. Go. Now we're going to come over here. May benefit me to hop. Now, whenever your Post-it notes don't want to be sticky anymore, you can retire them and get you new ones. But the sticky part of your Post-it note acts as like painter's tape, especially if all you're doing is a polka dot. It's thunder. It's thundering here, y'all. I'm so sorry. He's gonna bark if he hears thunder. He feels like he's saving the world. That actually sounds like that's a trailer. Like that's so, well, I say a trailer. That's it's trash day in my neighborhood. So bet you that's like a garbage truck. There we go. Now don't worry. We're gonna come back and do these sections too. We're just gonna give this time to dry before we go to put Post-it notes over it. I love polka dots. They're so much fun. Monsters Inc. and The Little Mermaid are my favorites. I love Little Mermaid is my absolute favorite Disney movie. That's the one I drove my mama crazy with. Every kid has that one movie, especially that one Disney movie. Little Mermaid was mine. I wanted to be Ariel so bad. Okay. I am going to retire these too because the sticky, I've stuck it so many times. Sticky's no longer sticky. I'm going to get two more, but I'm going to blow dry this first. Now, part of the thing that gives it the illusion of being dimensional is that your polka dots in each section don't line up like polka dots on any other section. So it doesn't look like you just took your polka dot sponge and started doing polka dots as if this was a continuous thing. You got to remember this is fabric, so it's going in and out. So you really need to give that illusion that the polka dots are going in and out. So that's a garbage truck plus thunder. Joy! Yippee! Romo is going to really make himself known. There we go. Now let's go down here. We're going to do the same thing with the blue eventually when we get to the blue. I actually used the wrong polka dot sponge for this size. Just realized it. A little bit more tomato red. So yeah, you're not going to want to miss Thursday. And no, Terry, I'm not spilling the beans. I'm not going to. It's going to be a secret. I have challenged. That's the word I was looking for. I have challenged myself. I was like, can you keep a crafty secret? Can you keep a crafty secret? No, Erica. No, you cannot keep a crafty secret because you tell every single time. Something's supposed to be exciting and you go and ruin the surprise every time like it's Christmas morning and peeking in the presents. Not this time. Okay. So I told him I've challenged myself. I have challenged myself to keep my crafty secret this time. It's going to be worth it. And I promise that that you're going to love it. I promise it's going to be worth the wait. It's just a new project that I feel like is going to be fun for us to revisit throughout the year. I have a couple different versions of it. I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay. So now we're done with this. We're going to retire it to the water. And we're going to retire this over here. And I'm going to wipe my hands because I have red paint all over my hands. And we're going to blow dry it. And while we are blow drying, I have this one spot of red that kind of got, I'm sure from my Post-it notes. And then I have this one little spot. Nope, don't want to use that brush because that was our red brush. This one little smudge right here. You can't see it, but I can, and it's going to bug me. So I'm just going to clean up that edge. Do a little bit of cleanup with this red. Red is sneaky, especially with anything that's white or off-white. We want to make sure we get nice, clean lines. Nope, this one is Hobby Lobby, actually. It's over, I think I got it in the man section. Does that make sense? In the man section, you know, where all the car home decor is. I think that's where I got it. It still needs a little bit. I can see some of this red still being wet. Good try. You're so full of beach tricks. Aw, thank you. I try to keep it fun and exciting over here. It's like, look, there are plenty of us that paint door hangers, right? There's plenty of us that give a good door hanger tutorial. I want to give fun, new, exciting. I teach painting technique, and we can use this technique on anything. You can use it on door hangers. You can use it on attachments. You can use it on your tier tray sets. You can use anything you paint. You can add any of these techniques to. So I feel like it's more versatile if I show you it in different ways. So that being said, Thursday is going to be a new way for me to show you how to do something. I'm so excited. Okay, now this is the fun part. This is the part where I'm like, what are we gonna do to shade? I know the color I want. I do have it. Okay, I'm gonna pull out this color. It's called Fawn. Okay, I'm gonna pull out Fawn. I'm gonna pull out alizarin crimson. That one is kind of hard to find sometimes. And I'm gonna pull out. I'm actually going to pull out a purple if I can find it. I need to reorganize my card again. There it is. Dioxazine purple. Dioxazine purple. That's going to shade our blue. Okay. So I'm going to add 1 drop of dioxazine purple to my blue. Use the back of a brush and just mix it together. That's just going to make it a little darker without clashing. Actually, we're going to go 1 more drop. It's literally just a drop, like a teardrop. Boom. All right. So since we're going to be floating, I do need to pull a clean tray. Those are not my trays. Where'd I put my trays? Did they just get back? No. I think my daughter took off with my trays. I do have a whole nother pack. I get my trays at Dollar Tree. I don't go through them. Like if I did paint parties, I'd probably get them at Sam's. I do paint parties here and there, but not enough to invest in store a bunch of trays. Hey, my baby, what's up? Your tummy hurts? It hurts more? How does it hurt? On the inside? Come here, let me feel it. Sometimes I'll feel it and it'll feel warm. Do you think you just need to lay down for a little bit? What's the matter? It hurts. You haven't even brushed your hair just yet. Hey, do you need your juice? You want some juice? Why don't you go grab that? And then lay down for a little bit, and as soon as I'm finished. No, it's okay. She's been complaining about a tummy ache periodically. Like she'll say, my tummy hurts, and then you won't hear about it till dinner that night. Like she'll say it around this time, and then you won't hear about it until later on in the day. And it's just random. And I think she's having just some tummy issues. I don't think there is a bug going around. So I am trying to be very cautious of that. But I think it's just tummy issues. She hasn't really been eating her veggies. And we all know what that can do to a tummy. Okay, so I'm going to take my blue and some of my light buttermilk, and we're going to do the same thing with that as we did with our red real quick, because I almost forgot to do my little polka dots. Is this available somewhere? Sorry, I'm working and I may have missed it. Oh, I haven't said no. This design is available in my shop for printable template and for JPEG. Or pretty soon we will have the blanks of it. All the blanks will be available later on this week. We are working very hard of getting our blanks up and running with Home Creations, milling and signage. A lot of you already are very aware of Home Creations. I'm just going to do one little polka dot in each section. And I have transferred all my blank services over to them just because I'm still not keeping up. I have 3 orders left in my shop, and my goal is to get them out this week. Like, I'm done. I can't keep up with the orders. Holly, that's what I'm thinking it is. I'm thinking she's just a little tied up a little bit. I think she has some tummy issues that are kind of diet related. I don't think she's actually sick. I think they are just diet related. I'm going to try and get a nice little peekaboo of one up there. And then I'm going to switch over to this one and do one on this side. How do you feel?
I want to paint with you, Mama.
You want to paint? Well, hey, let me finish. And you can paint with the leftover paint like always, okay?
Okay.
So do you see how choppy my polka dots are? Yeah. Here. That's going to play a huge role in what we're about to do. You know, we haven't tried Miralax, but my friend uses Miralax, and she's been having tummy issues a lot more recent. But also, like, she's starting to get that toddler pickiness. Yeah, see, she agrees with me. She knows I'm talking about her. You want to sit with me?
Mm-hmm.
She's starting to get a little bit of toddler pickiness. In fact, this morning she tried to no, you're gonna have to sit really still, okay? She's getting that toddler pickiness, and it's just, I need a really tiny angle brush. I think this is it. Are you saying hi?
Yeah.
All right, so I've got one that's been used, but it's all dry paint, and I think we can make it work. What's this one right here? That's my sealer. I don't want to use that one. What's this right here? Oh, I just pulled one out. Duh.
Mommy, that one is not dry paint.
No, it's not dry paint. That's why we're going to leave it alone. I'm going to pour a little alizarin crimson. Not a lot, just a drop. I'm going to pour some floating medium. Oh, Miss Terry says, hi, Raylyn.
Hi.
What are you doing? Hey, let's not make a mess. Mama is trying not to make a mess today. I'm going to wet my brush with the floating medium. You can also wet it in your water, but there's a lot of red in my water. I don't want that creeping into my brush. So we're going to just prime our brush. I'm going to pick a little bit of red up, this alizarin crimson, which is darker.
Mommy, so it can be pink.
So
it can be pink.
So it can be pink?
Yep, let's see, it's pink now.
Okay, so I'm looking at my example. This one, and this one are raised up. So I'm going to go underneath them. So on the outside, I'm just going to put this alizarin crimson under the red. On the red. And remember, you do not have to go darker in your color to get more definition. Just do more coats. Ray?
I can make this.
No, we're not painting.
Mommy, I want.
You want to do that?
Yeah, I want to do this one.
Okay, well, after I'm done painting, you can
Do this one?
You can do that one, okay? Okay, so since I did this side to make this one look raised up, this whole section right here is recessed, right? So this one is raised up too. So instead of going on this side of this line, I need to go on this side of that line. So I'm going to flip my piece over. I'm just going to very carefully with a light stroke, very light pressure.
Can I show them my paint? Can I show them this?
Yeah, you can show them that.
I'm going to paint this. When I paint this, I need to paint this.
Now, I want you to see what that did. I don't know if you can see it quite yet, but you see the darker right here creating a shadow. It creates the shadow, making this one look underneath. And we're going to leave these alone. We're not going to touch this section at all. We're just going to touch the sections that look like they go underneath. So I'm going to add a little bit of floating medium back to my brush because it's starting to dry out a little bit. Ooh, doing this with a 5-year-old on your lap is
hard.
I'm telling you, that's skill. My middle name, Miss Terry's middle name is Lynn too. It's Terry Lynn, just like yours.
Mommy.
Hey, Raylyn.
Is this going to be a shell house now?
No, it's not going to be a shell house. She saw the garland back here for our Moonlight Mermaid from our paint studio. So I'm going to skip this section. I'm going to do the same thing in this middle section as I did in this section. I'm just going to paint on this side and this side of each red section.
I like red.
You like red?
But I don't like red. But Banana likes red.
Anna does like red, doesn't she?
But why she likes red?
Well, everybody has a different favorite color. That's what makes it exciting to know what people's favorite color is. I feel like it says a lot about someone's personality, what their favorite color is.
Yeah, I just like pink. I like light pink.
You like light pink?
Yeah.
It's just like someone's favorite dog. I think it says a lot about someone's personality. Certain things, what their favorite is. Food, dog or animal, or color. There's other little things where I'm just like, like someone's favorite dog is a bulldog. I bet you that in a discussion, they're probably one that keeps that kind of leads the discussion. It's just something that I've noticed. Like people who like assertive things tend to be a little assertive in their life as well. Because we tend to gravitate towards things of likeness. I don't know. There's probably absolutely no scientific proof to that. It's just what I've observed over the years. Okay, so I've done it in 2 sections now. We do not want to ignore this top section. We do this section when you do this bottom section too. Raylyn, I don't know what you've got over there.
I got this way. On this way.
She's starting to like get into the stuff that she knows she's not supposed to be getting into while I'm painting.
Mom, that looks beautiful. Silly.
Oh, and here comes the compliments because she knows that she's getting in trouble.
I'm not.
You're a crafty one, little girl.
Yeah.
Crafty. And I don't mean with art supplies.
Mommy, am I an artist now?
You're always an artist. I do have 2 different types of children. I have one that loves art and one that's like, nah, I could live without it. Of course, he's a boy, so the crafty arts that his mama likes may not be his jam. Okay, so there we go. Look at it. You can already start seeing the dimension. We're going to add just a little bit more. We're going to let this dry. I want to show y'all the difference between 1 coat and 2 coats. I want you to see that you do not need darker colors to get more definition or a darker shade. Just add a second layer of what you've already got going on. Yes, Aaliyah, or what purse they carry or don't carry at all. There are some people that don't carry a purse at all. My grandmother carried literally like a suitcase of a purse. My mama, so my granny carried a massive purse. Mama carries what we call a pocketbook. She'll carry like a small handbag if she knows that she's going to be gone from the house most of the day. So she'll pack her handbag with things that she needs for the day, but it's not necessarily what she carries on a regular basis. What Granny carried was her life. She carried her life in that purse. And they were two totally different women. So I agree. I stand by and agree with that statement, Aaliyah. Yes. All right. So we've added. I want you to see the difference. Yes, you can use this one, but can we please not get it on Mama's fabric? That will make another appearance later on Thursday. So can you see the difference? Where is my camera? Right here. How this one pops out a little bit more than the other ones because we added that second layer. We didn't go darker. We just added a second layer. Okay. So now we're going to add that second layer to the rest of them just to make things flow. And I have used less than a drop of paint. This red paint, when you bring this technique in, really doesn't take up a lot of paint. You're using about the first 3 bristles of your brush to pick up actual paint. The rest of it's floating medium.
Mom, look.
Oh, look at your purple paint.
Yep, I got from that. But
that's right there.
Yeah, I know. But Mommy, I need.
Oh, you poured it. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I need blue and I need red and I need white.
I'm afraid to give you any more tomato red if someone thinks it's discontinued. I'm about to go to the craft store and make sure because I like tomato red. I'm not big on true red.
And don't forget the white.
And don't forget the white.
Mommy, that does look like white.
Well, it's called off-white, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so when floating, remember the rule is if your brush gets muddy, clean it, start over. Don't continue on because you'll get this halo effect that will ruin your piece. All that hard work of shading and floating this in, you'll get this halo that will show up and it'll ruin your piece.
I need that brush now.
This one?
No, not that one. That one.
This one?
No,
that's not a brush. It's a sponge and it's wet, so it's done. It's done for the day.
Okay,
yeah, you can use that one. Here we go.
Blue is.
And I like an angle brush because it gets in those little points right there. Look at that. Now, let's move on to our blue. No, lying. Let's not move on to our blue. Let's move on to our cream color. So for cream, we're going to use what's called fawn. I don't use this one a whole lot. The only time I really ever use this is in shading. I keep a whole bottle of it. It'll last me all year because all I do is I use it for shading peachy colors. And I use it to shade creamy colors. That's it. That's all I use fawn for. Every once in a while, I need a khaki-ish color or a my wood but better color, like the nude color on your nails. In the nail art world where I came from, it was my nails but better. It was your perfect shade of nude. Well, this is your wood but better. It looks just like wood when you paint with it, but it looks like wood with foundation on it. Like it's just your skin but better, your nails but better. It's your wood but better. That's what fawn is. So we're just gonna, I'm afraid to put that on the palette that she's working on. So we're going to go in the exact same sections. Remember, we are ignoring those upper sections. We are going in the sections. I probably have, and we want to make sure we don't touch the red with our fawn. I'm going to clean my brush because I have way too much dark color on my brush.
Me red. Second one away. And I'll get
She is cracking me up.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
I am not.
There we go. That's better. I had my brush way too loaded with the fawn.
Let me get.
Like I said, you were only using, I don't even know if that's a lot. That's actually a lot of paint. So we're going to put it on our palette and work it into our brush.
Mix it white blue. This is the white blue. Here.
There we go. I'm going to see if I can clean this up just a little bit. Like I said, we're just going to flip back and forth. And don't worry, if it doesn't kind of give you the look that you want, you can always let it dry and come back with your second coat and move it even further. So we've got this one recessed, this one's recessed. So this is the one that's going to get the shadow. It's underneath. That top layer is coming over. And all we're doing is we're focusing on shadows today. That's our whole goal, is to learn where to put shadows and how to properly put them in. I'm just going to put those 3 bristles in that fawn, pick it up. This is the first time I'm reloading, and I'm on the 3rd section. So that's how often I'm using that puddle of paint. So I have about a pea size worth of paint. I'm wasting about 90% of that. What? Y'all, look at hers.
I want to paint something else now.
Well, let's let that dry and you can paint the other side, okay?
No.
Can you go finish Monsters Inc. and I will cut you out something on the laser just for you.
Yeah.
All right, I want you to brainstorm what you want to paint.
I want a rainbow, another rainbow.
Oh, I've got rainbow. Oh, we're good. We're good. I can get you a rainbow. I've got plenty of miscut rainbows from, what month was that? Was that February that we did rainbows in the paint studio? If it didn't cut out perfect, I set it aside because they were rainbows. I was like, Raylan's going to want to paint a rainbow no matter what day of the week it is. So I just set those aside if they were miscuts. And she has a year's worth of rainbows back there in all different sizes. Door hanger size, attachment size, garland size. So there we go. And look at it. I'm so excited. We are going to come back. I'm going to give everything a second coat except for this one because that one's already good and bronzed up. So let's go here. So by the time I finished floating in, now this is the first time I'm loading in more floating medium on the back end of my brush. Let's see. So I gave that a second coat. All I'm doing is I'm being very careful not to get it in the red because we don't want this to clash with the shadow that we've already created with the alizarin crimson. I'm going to go here. We spent more time base coating than we are actually adding all the extra parts that make it look so dimensional. This is the easiest part. And for me, it's the most therapeutic part because it's instantly rewarding. This is really bothering me. That is super dark. I'm going to clean my brush thoroughly. I'm going to go in with just floating medium. I'm loading my brush with floating medium. And I'm just going to kind of clean that up. I'm just moving it, really. I don't know if you saw that transformation, but look at it. It's no longer like eye-catching dark. There was this one really dark spot right here that kind of came out a little bit. All I did was I got my brush, cleaned it thoroughly, and then dipped it in some floating medium, and it walked it right back. Floating medium and blending gel both do the same thing. They re-wet the paint and move it. Now, it doesn't necessarily re-wet the paint to remove it. It just moves it. It shifts it. But there's a trick. Everything has to be bone dry. Everything on here has to be bone dry. Otherwise, it's just going to create this like really chaotic mixture. And it's going to ruin everything. Now I can move this back. No, I can't. She has wet paint there. We're going to move it back there. I cannot let paint get on that fabric. Hey, Monica. Monica, I almost called you Aunt Moni. If I ever call you Aunt Moni, just roll with it. My aunt's name is Monica, and we don't call her Monica. We call her Aunt Moni, and I almost say, hey, Aunt Moni, what's up? Hey, Monica. I feel so weird to say that out loud. It's been a bit, but I'm watching you paint for a bit. Yay! I'm so excited. Oh, I'm late again, Jerry. 10 o'clock, CST. every single time. Now, I may not show up, but if I do, it's going to be at 10 a.m. Let's see. Okay, so let's look at this. Do y'all remember how flat? We're not even done. We still need to do this part up here. Y'all remember how flat that looked? I'm so excited. I don't need not a stitch of paint pen on this. I'm so excited. Okay, so remember our trick of how we made our darker shade, okay? So we've got our true blue, okay? We just need a drop. And we need a drop of our dioxazine purple, okay? We're going to mix those two together and make a completely new shade. Usually, I don't care if they're completely mixed, but when shading, when floating, I do care. That's one of the exceptions to my let's lazy paint rule. With floating, I do care. I need to watch the replay to get the beginning of this amazing. Oh, well, okay. So what part did you miss? What part did you miss? Because I promise you, this right here is the nitty gritty of it all. This is the meat and potatoes of this meal. Everything else was just base coating. That's all it was. It was just base coating. So I'm just loading my brush. I'm just putting 3 bristles, okay? And that's such a dark paint, you probably couldn't tell. 3 bristles, and I'm going down, 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 but I am going to go back and forth. What you don't want, see how all the paint is staying on this side and all this is crystal clear? That's my entire brush width, okay? That's my entire brush width. That's as wide as my brush is, okay? As long as this over here stays crystal clear, my brush is good to go. As soon as this starts turning even the hintest shade of blue, we need to clean our brush and start over and reload in a new spot. We cannot use, the spot is dead. We can't use it again, okay? So we are just loading. And once you get good and really good with your angle brush, you won't have that issue too terribly often. Usually when your brush gets murky, it's because you picked wet paint up from your project, not your palette. So in the same sections, I feel like I need 1 more drop of purple. One more drop of purple. In fact, I don't even think I'm going to mix it in. I think I'm just going to go straight in with the purple. Let's see what that does. Let's see what that does. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that. Now, because that's such a tight little area, I'm going to go from this section to this section. I'm just going to do all the left sides. So I'm just going to do this left side with this dioxazine purple. Next time I would probably use a darker purple. And then I'm going to skip and go to that last section. Remember, we are not messing with any of those middle sections. We're leaving those completely crystal clear, no floating, no shading, no nothing. Now we're going to take our blow dryer, blow dry that whole section. Cindy's like, girl, I'm catching bits and pieces. I got a lot of little ones running around asking for juice, asking for something to play with. Oh, I totally get it. They call you Moni too? Oh man, I'm so happy to hear someone else called their aunt Moni, because I felt like we were the only ones, and all my friends, anytime I say my Aunt Moni, they go, what? Like they had never heard the name before. And I'm like, Moni, Monica, Moni, like Aunt Moni. We called her Moni, Moni, or Money Moni. I can't remember. Because it looks like money on like a funny way to spell money, like cash. Mo Money. I like to call her Mo Money sometimes. Like, not to her face. I don't think she'd like it if it's to her face, but I'll be like, Mo Money. I actually love her nickname. I've got an Aunt Moni, an Aunt Lemony. Her name is Emily, so we call her Aunt Lemony. My son gave her that name because he had speech impediments. So now I'm going down the opposite side of the same section. So just like we did in these sections, right? We stayed within the section, this whole section right here. These are just so tiny. We needed to do them one side at a time. That way we didn't have to actually blow dry 6 times. We did, we're just going to blow dry 2 times. We could have also bumped down and brush sides if we wanted to, but I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. We just need a little bit of shading up there. Love it. Yo. Let's see. Debbie, I love this design. I have been waiting to paint this one. I have been waiting. So let's look at our mock-up and make sure we did everything. The only thing that we need is some shading around the perimeter, and we should be good to go. And all that is some alizarin crimson and a little bit of that fawn. So let's reload. The only reason I did not do that to begin with is because on a digital mock-up and in real life, things take a totally different look. And so I wanted to have everything on the inside done, everything going in the exact same direction. So all these little spindles coming down, I wanted to get those done because I needed to dry those anyways to go across them. So now we're about to go across them, and it's going to be a real quick little transition. Pick up some new paint. We're just going to go real quick around, and we're going to do one section at a time. Okay. I think this angle, even though it's not straight up and down, I think it's better for when we're showing you this kind of technique, just because you kind of see it coming in at an angle. So you actually see where the brush is laying. Y'all tell me if y'all like this angle a little better. I like a good bird's eye view angle, but when the technique is this detailed of how your brush is actually laying, I think it makes a difference of coming in at an angle. But I'm also not the one watching it head on. Here, honestly, let me do it this way. Which one? Is it this one? Was that one? Aha, there we go. There we go. Now you can really see it. I meant to do that earlier. I was playing around with settings, going, which one would be easier for them to see what's going on? And then I never did it. I'm so sorry. But here we go. I need to make me a welcome porch lanyard for all these attachments I have made for everybody else. So Cindy's like, I've been making these things for everybody else. It's about time I made myself one. Cindy, this one's actually a really easy one. It looks complicated because of the dimension, but this is such a simple technique. It just takes practice and a steady hand. It takes practice and a steady hand and a good angle brush. Honestly, the brush makes a huge difference. And I love my Royal and Lane nickel brushes. I like them because you can get them in the craft store. You don't have to specially order them online. Most craft stores carry Royal and Lane nickel. They may not carry the exact line I like the Minta and the rose gold lines, but I think the rose gold line, which is called the Pro line, they have the Pro line. I think they discontinued that, or they just stopped selling them in store. I know I can get them online. Oh yeah, this is really coming to life. This is really popping. It's not going to need a stitch of paint pen. I'm so excited. Y'all know that's my goal every time I paint, is to not need paint pen to tell you what you're looking at. And there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of paint pen, add a little bit of dimension, have a little bit of separation. I use paint pen for separation, not necessarily dimension. Paint pen just kind of helps like stitching, or like if there is a harsh line in the design, obviously I would probably opt for my paint pen than a paintbrush. I'm not very happy with liner brushes. Me and liner brushes don't get along. All right, I'm going to go back. Everything got a second coat, so I'm going to go back on this side. It's already dry, and I'm going to give it that second coat. Okay. It went really fast. For something that looks a little detailed, we've only been painting and chatting. Remember, we have a lot of chat time and a lot of dry time in this one. We've been painting and chatting for about an hour. This is not that tedious of a project. This is one of those you can sit down and knock it out in one sitting. The blank for this will be available later on this week. I'll make sure to link it here in the live. But always, you know, if you're ever looking for something and can't find it, feel free to message me and be like, I really want this blank and can't find it. Now that they're not housed on my website anymore, I know it's going to be a transitional period of learning how to order blanks from the new company. But they're super sweet. They're so easy to work with. They give really good discounts to my paint studio family. So, I mean, they're so wonderful. I have loved every second of working with them. I don't have not one negative thing to say. My pros and con list it looks very biased because there's not a con in sight for them. I think I skipped this section because it looks like there's hardly any shading on this. So I'm going to add, because it is the biggest section, I am going to add a little bit more red to my, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to clean my brush because I did get a little out. My brush got a little murky. Juanella's like, I'm enjoying watching this, but I'm going to need to watch it again before I dive into it. There's no shame in that game. Watch it 5 times. Watch it 5 times. Get comfortable with it. What I recommend is practicing it. Get some some mixed media paper. Go get you a cheap mixed media. It's got to be mixed media though. Get you a cheap mixed media pad and trace this design on the mixed media pad and just practice and practice and practice. There's no shame in that. There's no getting better if you don't practice it. Hey, my big. Oh, we got the blanket. We got the teddy. Oh, I think someone is ready for a nap. No. Okay, now this is where it's going to get a little. You got to pay attention, okay? You got to pay attention here. Because remember, we're about to hop colors. So we're just going to. What's the matter, my baby?
I'm going to paint more.
Paint more?
Yeah.
You feeling a little better?
Yeah, by the time it hurts this day a bit, I think my tummy's going to get better.
You think your tummy's going to get better?
Yep, I think so.
Well, that's a good report. So all I'm doing is I'm just adding a little bit of this alizarin crimson on the edge here. Remember, we blow dried this, so it shouldn't affect that. It shouldn't mess with anything, but you also don't want to go over it too many times with your floating medium. Remember, floating medium can move dried paint. You don't want to get too messy with it. Okay. When there's a color change like that, I like to put my brush up against it and pull away instead of going into it because I have better control. All right, now we're going to blow dry that and do the same thing with our fawn, and we should be, oh, and the blade. We got 2 more steps. We're going to do this, and I've been using the same brush when it comes to shading. Have not moved. It's a 3/8 if you were wondering. It's still messy.
I want a big brush.
You want a big brush?
Yes. You see, I got some on it.
Oh no! Well, it's a good thing all I have
Is that?
We're gonna wet that. Oh man, Raylan.
Sorry.
Here, scoot out of the way just a second. I got my baby wipes right here. So as soon as she did that, I threw some floating medium on it to keep it wet. If you're wondering what I did, I had just loaded my brush with some floating medium. Let's see if we can. Ta-da! That floating medium kept it wet enough for my baby wipe. Good thing that is straight light buttermilk. That is straight light buttermilk.
This one.
You want this one?
Yeah. so I can get my whole paint going.
It was straight light buttermilk. So if I had to touch up, that would have been an easy one. The hard one is if she would have went over this transitional line right here. All right, so let's pick up some fawn. We just loaded our brush with our floating medium. Let's pick up some fawn. We don't need a lot because this is a small little section. We're just shading the very edge. Just shading the very edge. Okay. And this is just giving it a little bit of a curve. Just a little bit of a curve. There we go. Remember, if it's not dark enough for you, blow dry. Do a second coat. Donuts, nap does sound perfect. Who said they needed a nap? I think I do. Oh, Ray Lynn needs one. I remember I said it. All right, so there's our shading there.
Oh, this is the best job in the
Now, last little bit, the little dioxazine purple.
I want to mix with my white is red.
Did you make your white red?
No, it's blue.
Your white got blue?
Yeah, but I want to mix it to red.
I just went straight across. Hold on, baby. We're going to blow dry that. Hold on. And we're done. What do you need?
I need that red.
You need this red? This is the dark red.
I need it.
So, there we go. Well, actually, here we go.
There we go.
How does that look? Does it look like it's waving in the wind? I always watch it. Oh, I do the same thing. And I do have a couple of classes that I am kind of doing for fun. I'm trying to get ahead of my Christmas, trying to get ahead on my Christmas ornament game because I want to be able to gift ornaments to more people this year than I did last year. And so I told myself, well, there's no way I can do it unless I start painting now. And so there are a couple of ornaments. There are designs of other people that I have been watching, and I have just been, I've enjoyed it. I don't get to paint too often for fun during the summer while they're home.
That's one, that tiny one.
This one right here?
Yeah.
That one's never been used. But when I do get to paint, that's probably one of the things I go for is one of the classes that I've opted into. I learned so much from you. Oh, thank you, Debbie. That's the whole goal. I want you to learn. I want to be able to spread as much of my knowledge that I have so that everyone else can do the same when they learn. But look at that. I love it. I wish I would have done this in door hanger size now. I asked myself when I cut it, I was like, okay, door hanger or attachment? And a lot of times I go attachment because I feel like I can paint it in a consumable amount of time for you so that you can watch it while you work and you don't have a 2-hour long tutorial. You just have like an hour-long tutorial, and that way you can pause and, so I did it, but I kind of wish I would have done it in a door hanger size. But when I asked myself, what size should we paint this in? I was like, but where am I going to put it? Because I already have a patriotic door hanger in mind that I want to put on my door. So I was like, let me make it an attachment. Worst case scenario, it just goes in my tier tray like that. Or I'll hang it like that. Or I'll put it like that. So, oh, she needs the blow dryer. Hold on, people. Cindy's like, I can listen to you for 2 hours some more. It's okay. You can pay for 2 hours. Cindy, but not everybody else can. I promise you. This right here, people have a cap for it. I promise you. I'm like, okay, I reached my Erika limit. I'm good. This one is 10 inches. This is a 10-inch attachment. Most of the attachments that I paint for myself are 10 inches because I feel like on a 12-inch leaner and on a 10-inch leaner, they still look good without being overpowering. A 12-inch attachment on a 10-inch leaner looks kind of off-putting, so I feel like a 10-inch attachment is a good middle of the ground no matter what size leaner you have. Okay, I'm going to go a little. Okay, not everything is dry on that, but for the most part it is. Yeah, that one spot is not, because I don't know what you may have used some floating medium there.
Look, Mama.
It's beautiful. Let it dry and we'll...
Mommy, stop. It's already dry.
Okay, well, we'll figure out what to do with it in just a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our tutorial for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you learned something, put it down in the comments what you learned, because I love knowing what you pick up, because you may pick up something different than someone else picked up. If you attempt to paint one of these, please tag me in it. Send it to me. Show it to me. I want to see it. I want to see it. I may even be able to feature it in my story so everybody else can see it as well. Is the JPEG in your shop? Debbie, it should be in my shop. If it's not, I'm about to go double check. As soon as I hop off of here, I'm going to go add it as if it's not. There are some weeks that got skipped over the last couple of months of designs not being uploaded to the shop. Everyone in Erika's template tribe got it. So if you're part of tribe, you got this. I think this was in March. This was one of our March designs. But if you're not in tribe and you're looking for this in the shop and it's not there, give me a good 30 minutes. It should be in the shop after that. Can you remind me what floating medium you use? I use, and until Deco Art gets a floating medium, I've been using Folk Art floating medium. I get it at, let's see if I can, there you go. If you need to screenshot it. I get it. This one came from Hobby Lobby, but they carry it at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Joann's. Anywhere they sell folk art, and I want to say they carry it at Walmart too. Folk art paint. I promise you, this is a staple. This is a staple for a lot of different types of painting styles, creative painting styles. So this is a staple in a lot of people's paint arsenal. What's the other stuff that I use? This is, now if you can't find that, blending gel will work in a pinch. Just beware. Blending gel is a lot thinner and it self-levels a lot faster. Like right now, you can't see it, but my floating medium is still in a puddle. If I would have used blending gel, it would have been like a really flat layer in a minute. Like it does not, this you mix into your paint. Floating medium you use as a barrier. So you see where my paint stopped, where it was on my brush. It didn't go the full width of my brush. It's because the brush was holding floating medium right here, which is a crystal clear paint. It was holding floating medium and it was keeping this from venturing too far to where it didn't belong. Blending gel is a dry time extender. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you. Blending gel is a dry time extender and it makes your paints wetter longer. It helps things blend together better. They make paints play well better together. They make them a little bit more translucent sometimes. This stuff is really versatile. So I do recommend if you're going to pick up one, pick up both, because I use them interchangeably. I use them throughout all of my teachings. So I promise you, if you're going to pick up one, pick up the other as well. They're good bottles to have, especially if you're going to dive into actual painting techniques like shading. Monica says she's definitely going to have to get some. I have been using one and it sucked. Oh, what were you using? Yeah, don't use that no more. This floating medium is amazing. Time to go get the kiddos and find out what they liked at VBS their first time. God, I'm so excited. I love VBS. I love watching kids light up over VBS. Well, I'm about to go grab them some lunch. We're going to go grab some wood from the store as well, because I am slap out of wood now. And then I think we're going to go to Hobby Lobby as long as she still feels okay. I'm going to see if she's up to it. If she's not, we may push all of that to tomorrow. Alrighty. Well, I will talk to y'all later. Y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with me, and I will see you on Thursday. Do not forget, you're going to want to come hang out with me on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We have a new project that is going to be a recurring project, and you're going to want to be a part of the very first one. It's going to be a sister to this. So don't worry, if you don't get this painted, you're definitely going to want to paint Thursday's project. Make room in your weekend for Thursday's project. I promise you it's going to be so much fun. But I will see y'all then. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye.